Hi, and thanks for joining us this week on Into the Mystic Sailing. Just a quick recap. We left Whitehall, Michigan on June 24th. Our goal was to sail north on the west side of Michigan through Lake Michigan underneath the Mackinac Bridge and the Straits. And then we're going to sail south through Lake Huron on the eastern side of Michigan. We're going to go down through the St. Clair River, Lake St. Clair, the Detroit River. We're going to make our way into Lake Erie and skip along Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York as we travel east on Lake Erie as we get toward Buffalo, which is where we were last week. This week, we're going to leave Buffalo, go through the Black Rock Canal, the Black Rock Lock, and we're going to make our way into Tonawanda, New York, so that we can drop the mast and begin the Erie Canal proper. We're fortunate. This is the 200-year anniversary for the Erie Canal. It's a canal that runs east and west from about Buffalo, New York to Albany, New York. It was originally designed to transport goods. The cost of transporting by wagon or horse back in those days was astronomical. So Governor Clinton, the New York governor at the time, proposed cutting in this canal to cut down on transportation costs and also to help fund the state of New York. The canal was originally proposed in about 1780. A formal survey was done in 1808. They actually started construction in about 1817. The construction was a landmark in civil engineering. When you think about most of this was hand dug, it's just incredible. It's 363 miles long. There's 36 locks, 571 feet above sea level. It's just an absolute marvel. We've been fortunate to be able to travel on it during its 200-year anniversary. This is what it looks like going from Buffalo all the way over to Albany. It's incredibly long. It's winding. It goes through tons of small little towns all along the way, and actually made transporting goods and services possible between the Atlantic Ocean into the Great Lakes and on into the Midwest. We left Buffalo and tied up right across from here. This is the very start of the Erie Canal. This is Tonawanda River in Tonawanda, New York. There's literally just a wall, and that's the place we're going to pull our mast down tomorrow morning. So that's Wardell's Boat Yard. We had some visitors that night. We went into town. We saw a nice little grocery store. We topped up on some provisions. We went out to dinner. We just had a really nice, easy night. This is Chara labeling all of our stays. In the morning, I walk over to Tim Hortons and get a little donut fuel so that we can get started. This is what it looks like, but there's a white crane you're going to see right here. And this is what they lift our mast. Our mast is 48 feet. It's about 53 feet above the water line. They hook a crane to it, pull it down, build cradles, and this is what it looks like. This is right before you start the Erie Canal proper. This is Denny Wardell. He's been there for 50 years, does this 60 or 70 times a year, part of his car collection here. Just a nice experience, really a good guy. Had a lot of good information for us as we get ready to start the Erie Canal on its 200th anniversary. Before we started the Erie Canal, we really didn't have a great idea of what it was going to look like. It really is just a series of small towns that dot the canal from Buffalo all the way to Albany, New York, and the Hudson River. There's some bigger towns in there, Rochester, New York, some other towns, but for the most part, it's really, this is what we see on a daily basis. So after we traverse this little area here, we get into the first two locks that we're going to do. It's locks 35 and 34. Again, we're moving west to east, so our numbers are going to go down. This is Char looking into 35. We're waiting on the green light so that we can go in. The lockmasters will give you a green light when the gates are fully open, because these are enormously heavy gates. They would destroy boats. So they want you to be safe. This is what it looks like from the bottom of the lock. We've already been up because we're moving again west to east. They're lowering us every time we go into a lock, with just a couple of exceptions. So you grab onto these ropes with a boat hook, you hold on with your hand or wrap a line around it, and the lockmaster slowly empties the water out of this lock to get you onto a new level so that you can move on from there. It's pretty intimidating. There's a lot of current, there's a lot of movement in the water. This is our first one. I dropped the boat hook. It's just if you know me, that's kind of a typical thing. But here we finally make it to Middleport. What a cool little place. We wanted to stop in Lockport, but we'll eventually go back and do a little tour. We'll show you that next week. But Middleport was a great little stop for us to let us kind of stop and regroup and catch our breath.
Good morning, everybody. We are in Middleport. I'll spin it around so you can see the bridge. So that's our lift bridge. It's going to go up in just a little bit. We've stayed here 2 nights, 3 nights? Three nights. 3 nights. We needed, I specifically, how about that? I needed just a little bit of a rest. We did Black Rock and then we did Lockport, which is the flight of 5. We went to Lockport yesterday.
Well, it's the old flight of 5.
The old flight of 5,
We only did 2 laps.
Yeah, the old flight of 5. But you can still see where when they originally opened the canal, they still have one set of the flight of 5 locks. And according to the tour that we took, it was 300 feet of bedrock that they had to get through. Really interesting tour in museums, and the people were extremely nice. They were so kind. But today we're headed to
Medina first, just to visit the city. We're gonna make a quick stop. It's 5 miles away. I say city, it's probably a village. I don't know. Anyway, and then from there we'll be stopping at Albion, which is another maybe 14 miles. We're not entirely sure without the paper in front of us, but and staying the night at Albion, we think.
Easy travel day. Middleport was wonderful. We had great pizza, met a bunch of nice people. The bridge tenders could not be sweeter. It's just been a really good experience. This is what it looks like here in Middleport. And that is, we're looking west. And for our reference, just so we remember, there's the DPW, the fire rescue, the police, the bathrooms are right back there, and there's town. So we're on our way.
One of the things that you learn pretty quickly is how to contact the operators that run the lift bridges. Some of the bridges are fixed, so you can just go under. You don't have to check with anybody or call for anything, but some bridges are even too low to go under, even with our mast down. So we have phone numbers. We call on the radio, VHF channel 13, to talk to the bridge tenders to let them know. They're so kind. They ask, hey, where are you headed to today, Captain? I'll let the next bridge know, or I'll let the next lock know that you're coming, so that they can kind of be on the lookout for you. They want to know where you are through the canal so that you don't get stuck somewhere or have an issue, and they try to make it as easy as possible for you. We zip right through. They're super kind. Everybody waves, have a good day, that kind of thing. So it's really a nice, pleasant experience. But again, the bridge tenders and the lockmasters kind of work in unison together to get you through as quickly as they can. They keep an eye out for you. Oftentimes, when you call them on the radio, they'll say, oh, Captain, knew you were coming. I see you coming around the bend. Let me get this gate open, or let me get this bridge up for you, and we'll get you on your way. Hey, thanks for joining us this week. We really appreciate you taking time to watch our videos. A lot of you make comments on Facebook or Instagram or here. It really means a lot to us. We really enjoy what we're doing, and we hope you enjoy getting a glimpse into what our day-to-day life looks like out here on the Erie Canal. Next week, we're going to go to Lockport. We take a bus from Middleport back to Lockport. We're going to tour some museums. We'll get some swag for the 200-year anniversary of the Erie Canal. We'll show you what the Flight of Five looked like back when the locks were first built. And then we'll kind of move you on and let you get another glimpse of a day in the life on the Erie Canal. Thanks for watching.